I'm Angela Dugan. My title, I guess, is creator of things, because that's what I do. Specialty cocktails, this is my lab. My husband and I started Dugan and Dame.
At Dugan and Dame, we kind of help clients differentiate themselves in the marketplace and create programs that set them apart from their competitors.
And so I get to spend my days creating, which is the best job ever.
What is that tool?
It's an ice cracker. It's so awesome.
Put the cube in your hand, you just smack it.
Smack it. All right, so, you ready to do the swizzle? So we were working on a couple of different cocktails today. The swizzle cocktail with the ants on the rim, and then the chocolate Negroni was for another client. We kind of bounced back and forth. Okay, so this cocktail is for the cocktail drinker. This is gonna be for the adventurous person. The only challenge with this cocktail that I foresee is if somebody gets freaked out about having ants in their cocktail. It's on the rim and in the lollipop, and we can't make the cocktail if the lollipop's not in there.
Right.
So we're just gonna have to let people know.
I think staying relevant is extremely important, and that is a challenge that a lot of places, they kind of get really comfortable. They do stale programs and stale things, and that's where we come in.
Whenever we approach a new menu or a group of new menus, Brett and I will come to the table with whatever we're excited about. We look at the demographic of that restaurant, that concept, and those guests, and then we look at what do we feel like is trending. From there, we just start brainstorming. You want the caramel to melt, so just pour it down the stick. You know, like, there you go. Melt the
And
ice.
this is gonna add the caramel notes, right?
Yep. All right, so try it. Try it with the salt on the edge of it.
That is crazy.
Right?
Like literally crazy.
And this stick is awful.
Yeah. So
sometimes we do a lot of high fives, and sometimes we throw away pieces of paper and start all over. Yay, high five.
Angela is the guru behind what we've created, and she's been the one who's helped me to become the barman that I am today.
To me, quality is the utmost importance. If you don't have a good product, then you really shouldn't be in this industry. Fit's theme, the only cost on this is, I don't know how much she's gonna charge us for the suckers yet. She's still finalizing that. The salt, the ants are actually not that expensive. Each vial comes out to about after shipping, I think it's about $6 a vial. And this has 2 vials in it. So let this sit and see how it does as it melts, because remember, nobody chugs a cocktail within the first 5 minutes. Let's, you wanna tackle the chocolate Negroni?
Yeah, I'm ready to go next.
The bark program itself, you have to look at the labor behind it. Is it something that you can get out fast? Is it something that you want it to take longer because that's part of the experience for the guest, and how does that interact together? So looking at speed of service,
That
one
was the
and a quarter
situation that I was
is
thinking
not a common measurement.
100%.
1 or 1.5 is. As an owner, your guest is also your bartenders. So do they appreciate what they do? Do they want to work in a craft cocktail program? Are you making it so labor intensive that they're getting frustrated because they're working, they're trying to create cocktails for a guest that's now frustrated? Or are you creating something they enjoy doing too? So there's definitely a science and an art to all aspects of it. So some of the biggest challenges from creating a beverage program, surprisingly the one that I would never have anticipated was, is that booze going to be accessible 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the road? We've created beverage programs using booze that all of a sudden won these amazing accolades, and now we can't get it anymore. That has actually been one of the biggest challenges. Campari, how expensive is the Campari?
It's $31.80.
It's that high?
I think it's pretty expensive.
Wow, I guess Negroni Week really made them popular. Sometimes my head just goes into what's the best of the best and what's gonna taste the best and what's gonna give us that edge, where he pulls it back and says, all right, we do have some other alternatives. This is a price point that's way out there for the bar owner, so let's look at something that's going to be a little bit more comparable. And that's where it's best to have several people to work together on programs as well.
You want to have your costs at 20% or below, understanding there's a few certain cocktails that might be a little bit over, but at the end of the day, you need those to be in that range so that we can actually be able to benefit them and help them be a profitable concept. I get a little more sweetness though, being that we're using Punta Mess, which I think it'll clean up a little bit with the Dolan, which...
This is the aviation. Yeah, hands down the Bulldog.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Bulldog's the winner.
That makes it easy. So then let's do the Bulldog with Punta Mas and Dolan. We really try to make sure at least half of our cocktails on any program that we put together has a story behind it. Whether it's a play off the first vodka cocktail that was ever brought into the United States, that was the Moscow Mule, and we did our own version of it. Or whether it has salted cherry blossoms that are flown in from Japan, and the name of the cocktail actually gives homage to the festivals of that cherry blossom. That creates that experience as well for the consumer, and the more that you can give them, the higher value you're adding to that cocktail. Yeah, I win.
I hate you. That's good, you do win. Okay, 5. High five, I secede.
Yeah, we're just trying to get it right.